Microsoft currently sits at the top of the AI market, a position secured by a $10 billion investment into OpenAI. But the 2019 contract governing that deal contained a restrictive clause. It legally prevented Microsoft from building its own high-end, frontier-level AI models, forcing the company to act as a hosting service for someone else's technology. This meant that for years, every AI feature in Windows, Office, and Azure was tethered to a third-party roadmap. Microsoft was a distributor, not a developer. Despite the public image of a unified front, Microsoft lacked the legal right to own the core engine driving its most important products. By late 2025, that lack of ownership became an economic problem. Microsoft's infrastructure spending had reached roughly $15 billion a quarter, yet revenue from those AI services was not growing fast enough to justify the capital outlay. To gain leverage, Microsoft hired the core team from Inflection AI, the engineers who built the Pi chatbot. Led by Mustafa Sulaiman, this new internal group gave Microsoft the talent to build frontier models in-house. Armed with this new capability, Sulaiman renegotiated the OpenAI contract, finally lifting the restrictions on independent development. This wasn't a minor change. It gave Microsoft the green light to build its own self-sufficient AI development pipeline for the first time in over 5 years. Microsoft immediately deployed its new superintelligence team to launch the MAI triad, 3 specific models targeting speech-to-text, text-to-speech, and image generation. On the Fleur's multilingual benchmark, MAI Transcribe 1 achieved a word error rate of 3.8%. As this chart shows, that outperforms OpenAI's Whisper Large v3 across all 25 tested languages. The model was trained on a high volume of street noise and low-quality recordings. This allows it to maintain accuracy in difficult real-world conditions where lab-trained models typically struggle. For high-volume enterprise work, they launched MAI Voice 1. It can generate 60 seconds of audio in a single second, a 60-to-1 ratio that handles large-scale workloads without creating a bottleneck. Finally, MAI Image 2 was integrated into the Microsoft Foundry. It's already being used by WPP, one of the world's largest advertising groups, to generate creative content across global campaigns. These models target the high-margin sectors of the enterprise market, focusing on specific tasks where speed and reliability translate directly into cost savings. Microsoft reached these benchmarks using a lean development model. Instead of sprawling divisions, these models were built by focused groups of roughly 10 people, operating with the speed of a specialized trading floor. This split screen illustrates their hardware advantage. By prioritizing architecture, Microsoft claims these models deliver top-tier performance using half the GPUs of competitors. This lower overhead allows aggressive pricing. They now charge 36 cents per hour for transcription, drastically undercutting every major cloud provider's API. This efficiency addresses the primary concern of the current AI boom, the high cost of intelligence. Microsoft is proving they can deliver high performance while significantly improving their own profit margins. This creates a dual-track ecosystem. Microsoft remains a platform hosting OpenAI and Anthropic, but they now offer their own faster, more affordable MAI alternatives alongside them. They are marketing these internal models under the banner of humanist AI. For large corporations in regulated industries, this branding emphasizes alignment and safety controls over raw, unpredictable power. This approach relies on cleanly licensed data. By avoiding the legal risks associated with models trained on scraped web data, Microsoft offers a safer path for corporate clients who require strict copyright compliance. The goal is to become the only ecosystem that can handle every part of a global corporation's AI infrastructure without relying on external partners. However, there is a visible tension between these ambitious enterprise goals and the reality of how the software is actually labeled today. Microsoft's current terms of use for Copilot still include a blunt disclaimer. The text states that the tool is, quote, for entertainment purposes only, and warns users not to rely on it for important advice. This highlights a sector-wide gap between the marketing of AI as a critical business engine and the legal reality where companies are still insulating themselves from the errors their models make. Still, the long-term mission is clear. Sulaiman has stated that Microsoft intends to build its own full-scale language models, eventually removing any technical need for outside labs. Microsoft has established a parallel laboratory designed to match and eventually exceed the models it currently licenses from its partners. For Microsoft, the age of dependency is now over.